All right, we ran a clip at the end of the hour about MCDC, the head coach of the Detroit Lions, who just suffered a devastating loss, AJ, to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, devastating, to say the least, I would say.
Yeah, especially with how the whole check-in thing happened and reported happened, and we'll ask Chuck about that for a little bit more in-depth of an answer from a head coach who's been in those meetings before at the NFL. But Dan Campbell was on The Fan, 97.1 in Detroit.
Ticket.
There it is. The Ticket, 97.1.
It's always one of the two.
They're on your side. Shout out to Chick McGee. But yeah, the Ticket, 97.1 in Detroit. I assume he does a weekly hit with this group of
He
people.
does, yeah.
Okay, so this is like the coach's show in Detroit. And here's the interaction he had with the hosts about the two-point conversion conversation and decisions.
So after that play, you had said, you told the offense, you're going for 2 on the final drive if you score. But from the 7, I mean, and looking back, like, was there a point of no return where you lay down your sword and kick the extra point? Do you regret at all the decision to go for it from the 7?
Yeah, I told our offense, I think I said this before, and we're going for the win. And we're going to go down, we're going to score, and we're going for 2. And I wasn't coming off of that.
So if it was like 10 or 15, like a holding penalty, you still would have gone for it?
No, if we're getting outside the 10, no.
Okay, that's why I'm asking.
Outside the 10 every week, good on good. We do it every week.
Man.
O versus D.
Man.
Yeah, when you got the penalty and moved it to
Go ahead and say it.
Say it.
Say it. Both of you.
What?
Say it.
Say it, dude.
Say what you want to say.
I think from the 7, it's a low percentage play. I think your chances of winning are lower than if you kick the extra point.
I would have
like you would say it to anybody else.
I like that.
I'm on the radio. Say it like you want to say it.
Come on,
I
talk
thought
to
it
your
was a
friend.
reckless decision.
Thank you.
Okay, but you don't regret it.
No.
No. I see him in his office on the phone. Just got done with a workout. I assume shirtless.
Yes.
Sweating a little bit. Walking around. Say it. Say like how you say it to your friend.
Yeah.
I've heard what you guys have been saying. I've been getting the clips of this. Say thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks. Clipping that. Putting it in the team meeting room now. Here we go. We got a clip. And the conversation about that game is the reporting. Now, the Dallas Cowboys get a huge win. They don't care about the reporting.
Nope.
But obviously, MCDC is still not thrilled about the loss to the Cowboys. And he's taking it on the shin for the decision-making of 4 straight two-point conversion opportunities. Obviously, there was penalty, and then there was timeout, then there was another one, whatever. He was saying, we're going for it regardless. Can you walk us through the entire situation that happened with Detroit from the head coach's eyes, how Dan Campbell sees it, from the beginning of the game when they're talking to the refs, to the situation happening, to the fallout now afterwards, where you're being mocked and ridiculed by people on the radio that you don't necessarily appreciate?
Yeah, so game day, they're going to send 2 officials, not the white hat. They're going to send a line judge and a deep wing official into each locker room. Go through whatever you need to go through with the official.
Trick plays.
Special teams guy. I remember Midge had the iPad, had the Surface, the Microsoft tablet out. Okay, here's the deal. Here's how we're going to line up. You good with this? We okay with this? So anyway, they go through all that stuff, and I'm sure they explained this scenario, this play, this substitution to those 2 guys. Then I'm assuming, which happened to us in the past, they go out and they talk to the crew, they talk to the white hat. And then the only chance, like Dan or the head coach or I had, is once you go out for pregame warm-ups and the crew comes out, the white hat comes out, he does his pleasantries, he goes to the other one coach.
How's the family?
How's the family? Everything good. How's the, yeah. He'd always ask about the family.
How's the family?
Yeah. Commendatore. How's your uncle?
Salvatore.
So anyway, so then you have a chance, hey, look, the guys talked to me, Dan, about the play, about your 2-point play, the situation, this, that, and the other. So they have a discussion about it. So I'm assuming
Potentially talked about 2 times, which is why Dan is so
potentially
pissed.
talked about it 2 times. And so I think both sides are assuming once we get to this, if this situation comes up, that's why you have those, discussions, and they do come up. It's like a play you can't defend all week. God, I hope they don't run that pass route. Guess what? It's coming.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Hey. AJ, so you can see why Dan Campbell's probably a little bit emotional about it all. And then you hear Big Frank? No, Big Who's the guy that got all pissed off? Who said, I didn't report. I didn't
Skip.
Sorry,
Big John Skipper.
Big Skip said, I didn't say anything on the sideline. There's video of him reacting to the entire situation. It's like you could see why MCDC's incredibly upset. What a different convo that is, AJ, if that whole thing goes how it's supposed to go from Jump Street.
Oh my! Tirico had like a legendary call saying this is changing the franchise forever. Like I think I even mentioned on the show. Like I thought of Foxy instantly how happy this guy was, and then to see it get sucked away from him so quickly. I'm glad. I heard you guys were watching in a very really highfalutin basement area of a nice place with some big time people. So that kind of kept him from possibly offing himself. So I was happy for that. But I wanted to ask Chuck real quick: when you're talking to those refs pregame, trying to show them what plays you may have on the fake iPad they bring in, are they actually showing clips from practice of the play, or how are you doing it?
Yeah, you're showing them clips from practice, or if you've run it before in a game, you bring back an old clip, something. Yeah, so you're showing them exactly how we're going to line up, but mostly practice.
Or if somebody else has done it, you show.
Somebody else has done it. Well, it's like, I texted a video of the 2016 game, us at Tennessee, when that happened to us with Taylor Lewan had a tackle eligible play.
What happened?
There was a little bit of deception.
I didn't know this because I thought the reporter.
So one thing, these referees, the white hats, they're not going to allow that. So going back to this situation in Detroit, I mean, 2 times in a game.
What did Taylor Lewan do? We need to hear what Taylor Lewan did.
Hold the phone. Deception.
Well, it was their first drive of the game, and they're down in the low red area.
Oh.
And it's like a second down. So they bring in one lineman. Taylor's going off the field, running off the field.
Oh, he's sub.
So
all pro.
And then stops. He's coming back on. So there's this conversation, AJ, like you got the green dot on your helmet, going through personnel groups. The coordinator's talking to you. Hey, they're going to 12. No, it's heavy. It's jumbo. It's this. It's that. And then he comes back into the huddle, gets lined up. You're only seeing on the screen right now the final formation and the motion. But by the time we get the call in, we're in a man coverage call. We're running like a jam front, a bear front, playing cover one, red cover one down there. And they're supposed to tell you, like, it's got to be demonstrative, okay? 70's reporting, okay? 77, so we don't know who it is. DeQuell Jackson's our Mike Backer. He's given the call to the defense, got from the defense coordinator. So by the time he turns around, they're at the line of scrimmage. And he thinks a different number is the eligible. Lewan's at their left tackle to our right side, and we're a man-to-man. We don't cover him. Because I think Walt
Taylor Lewan.
I think deception.
And it was beautiful.
Son of a.
And it was fair. I mean, they did everything legal. The thing that
they just eye candy. They just
the eye candy and all the different stuff. And being at the line of scrimmage, we didn't have time, and the ref didn't have time, and our guys didn't have time to hear that it's 77. Because you know how they tell the defense 77, and then over the loudspeaker they announce it. Never heard any of that because the ball snapped and
Taylor Lewan's dancing in the end zone.
That's right.
Hey, way to go, Taylor. Busting with the boys is also sweet.
I love it.
Absolutely love it. He's a legend, hilarious human being. He's like a model now, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And a phenomenal blackjack player.
Yes, he is.
Because he's not scared to dance a little bit.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
He'll fake run off the field.
That's right.
He'll come back in. He'll do his whole song and dance.
Great stash.
Then he'll score a touchdown against us because I actually brought this up against the great stash. I brought this up against for the whole thing. That's the first time I've ever seen somebody try to game the reporting as much as they were doing.
Too.
What's that, AJ?
Me too. Sorry, me too. I've never seen it. I started thinking, man, why didn't we try to game this system before?
Bingo. This has been there the whole time, just like the Taylor Lewan fake runoff comeback thing. And it has been explained, we assume, to Brad Allen now that Chuck has told us, maybe even 2 times.
Yeah.
But they're souping up the reporting, and Brad Allen's head might have exploded.
So do you think, though, during that conversation when MCDC and he's trying to tell the officials and then telling Brad that, hey, 70's going to be coming in. Oh, and by the way, Penny Sewell's going to be coming in, and Taylor Decker is going to be coming in 68, and all these bodies around you, right? Do you think they had that conversation?
I don't.
I would hope.
That's how we always do it.
Yeah.
Is what
What do you think,
MCDC's
AJ?
saying.